I'm Lucy Cheam.
And I'm Nabila Malexada.
And we're at Browning Park looking at the Bowker Creek.
Bowker Creek comes from the University of Victoria, but the original creek channel has been enclosed in underground pipes or like straightened at the main place.
So it's been tampered with a little bit.
Yeah. And the destination of where this river goes is into the Oak Bay outlet near Willow Beach.
The local climate of Bowker Creek at Browning Park can be characterized as a coastal Mediterranean climate in which there are hot, dry summers and mild, wet winters, with the majority of precipitation occurring during the winter months. With average temperatures in the summer being 17.7 degrees Celsius and in winter being 5.7 degrees Celsius, and with precipitation in the summer being 10.7 millimeters for the driest month in July, and for the wettest month in winter in November being 123.4 millimeters.
In winter, Bowker Creek experiences its highest peak of discharge in November, December, and February. These peaks are likely due to heavier precipitation and storms during the winter months, which increase the amount of runoff into Bowker Creek. In spring, there is less discharge with lows in April and May. This indicates less rainfall and discharge that only comes from snowmelt. During the summer, discharge at Bowker Creek is at a yearly low, with June and August both experiencing absolutely no discharge. These dry stream conditions are likely caused by the season's higher evaporation rates as well as a lack of precipitation. Discharge starts to slowly increase again in the fall with fair amounts of flow in October, indicating the start of cooler weather and rainier conditions to follow.
There's not much of a gradient.
Browning Park is an elevation of 35 meters, which is considered to be fairly flat.
So that would explain why the stream flow is quite slow. The first feature is a nick point that was potentially man-made because the rocks here on the side look like they were placed. And there is a restoration project that is ongoing with Bowker Creek at the moment. So we are assuming that a rock potentially fell into the creek from the side and created the nick point. The nick point increases the water flow speed, which is the thowwag, which is feature 2 of the Bowker Creek. And the thowwag is the fastest part of the creek and is enticing to the biosphere, as you can see, as the ducks have been hanging around this part since we got here. And you can also see here that the thowwag has encouraged some potential meandering on the sides of the creek. You can see that the water has kind of eroded the bank on the side here. And that leads to feature 3.
The third feature is the levee, which are those rocks that you can see where those 2 ducks are hanging out. It is potentially man-made during the restoration attempts in Bowker Creek, and this levee prevents the creek from meandering and eroding further into that little patch of land.
And then there's another potential area is kind of a levee, but
there is like a sand bay down there that acts as another levee to prevent a mudslide from occurring on this steep little hill and further damaging the river.
and you can see on this side that it's eroding away at the sides of the bank. So they might need to have a levee there on that side as well.
Your thoughts on this activity as an alternative learning tool? It's cold. I mean, it's really good to be in person to see the features
yeah.
rather than just looking at diagrams all the time. So connecting what you learn in class is helpful to connect to the real world, like actually apply it to the real world.
Thanks for watching.